There was a book. It was written in 1936. It's one of the best-selling books ever written. The author of the book was a guy named Dale Carnegie. If you know the book, just say the name. What was the name? How many of you in here have at least heard of the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People? Two important facts come out of that book, and the first fact is this. According to Dale Carnegie, I just asked you what's your favorite subject. According to Dale Carnegie, everybody's favorite subject is actually what? That's right, my name is Ron White, and according to Dale Carnegie, what's my favorite subject? If you don't believe me, talk to me at the break, and I'll prove it to you. My ex-girlfriend said the reason we got along so well is we were both in love with the same man. According to Dale Carnegie, everybody's favorite subject is himself, and the sweetest sound of the ear is the sound of what? Now, be honest with their name. Now, be honest with knowing that. How many times has it happened to you? You're introduced to somebody. You're shaking their hand. My name's Ron. Your name? Scott. 2 seconds later, what happens? Forget the name. Has that happened to anybody in here? Someone say 2 hands up on that, right? If we were totally honest in that minute, we look at that person and I've never heard anybody say this, Brandon, but the most honest thing we could say would be this. Hey, you know, a few minutes ago when we were introduced, I wasn't even listening to you, right? Remembering names and faces can impact your business in huge ways. Let me ask you this. If 1 year from today, you knew the names of 100 people that you don't know now, you could see them at a conference, at a Starbucks, at a restaurant, at a baseball game, and remember their name. Would that expand your network? Would that expand your possibilities for income? 100 names. Could you do it in a year? I just did it in the 15 minutes that you walked in this room. Let me share with you how I did that so you can take this skill and do it as well. But before we do that, let's have just a little bit more fun. Dalton, I want you to call out a 2-digit number. And whatever you say, and don't say it just yet, but whatever you say, everybody in here is going to write down. Now let me see if I can say the number backwards. No, I'm just kidding. If I could do that, I'd be on the show on the National Geographic Channel, Brain Games, right? And I am. That number, going backwards, starting with the last digit, which is a 9, going backwards, it is 94522872172183697251. Is that right? Okay. All right. How many of you are curious to know how I did that? Good, because it's the only thing I know how to teach you, okay? You're in luck. And we got 21 minutes and 3 seconds, and I'm going to talk fast to get this in as quickly as I can. I was sitting in front of that guy 32 years ago, and he said, Ron, if you do these 5 things, you can remember beyond your wildest imagination. These 5 things are focus, file, picture, action, review. Focus, file, picture, action, review. What's number 1? If you're not paying attention, you're not going to be able to remember anything. Good nutrition and exercise will help your ability to focus. This right here is the most overlooked brain food. A dehydrated brain can't focus. So let me give you a technique to remember a name. I'm walking towards Adrian. As I'm walking towards Adrian, this is what most of us are doing. We're thinking to ourselves, what do I think of him? What does he think of me? Have I seen him before? What business deals are we going to do? What real estate deals are we going to do? Do I still have that stain on my shirt from lunch right here? Hey, my name's Ron. Good to meet you. He says his name is Adrian in that moment, but do you think you hear it? No, you don't hear a word he said because you're wondering, what does he think of me? Have I seen him before? What business deals are we going to do? You got all this stuff running around in your brain, and that's the number 1 reason you're not remembering names. You never heard it in the first place. So here's a little trick, James. This is the only thing you remember from my talk, and I hope you get all 5. But if this is the only thing you get from my talk, develop this habit. When you're out here and you're networking, as people are walking towards you, James and Matt, don't ask yourself, what do I think of him? What does he think of me? Have I seen him before? What business deals are we going to do? Get all of that out of your head. Instead, ask yourself this question as you're walking towards them. What is his name? 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 Do not say that out loud.